What's up, you fucking feminist bitches? Today I'm going to be talking about Overwatch, the Overwatch beta that's been out. It started yesterday, it's going to end pretty soon in a couple days. Now, I've seen commercials for it, and really, commercials don't really sell you the game. When I saw the commercial, I thought this game it looked stupid, it looked like an anime game, it kind of looked like Borderlands. But, since there's I really like betas, because betas, you get to play the game and then get sick of it and you don't have to buy it. Just like Doom. I had all my fun with Doom and I didn't even have to play it. So, I'm going to talk about the game. Now, first of all, it is a specialist heaven, which means that there is like 20, not even 20. There might be. I don't know how many, but there's a lot of different specialists in the game with different abilities and different weapons and different blah 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 blah. They have different speed and different armor, different health, different weapons, different supers. It's really cool. You can pick who you want like to be, if you want to contribute to the team a lot, if you want to heal a lot, if you want to be a tank with some shields, if you want to be pure on the offensive or pure on the defensive. You can choose really what you want. And there's no it's kind of like Call of Duty where you could have like 5 purifiers or 5 gravity spikes. Like, damn, that would be annoying, right? But that's the cool thing about this game, is that I don't think I've ever been restricted on things I've wanted to do in the game. And you can change your hero, is what it's called, at any point in the game, so you can adjust to what kind of fuckboys that there are. Now, I'm going to show you an example of this. We were playing a game, and by the way, the game modes are pretty cool. One of them seems like it completely ripped off the Star Wars Extraction mode, but whatever, that's a pretty simple game. No one can be the founder of that. But when the enemy team, well actually our team was escorting a moving objective throughout the map, and it only moves when you're by it. And one of the classes that you can be is a robot, kind of a big, robot, Titan kind of robot. He's got just a simple 20 clip in his gun, but the thing is, he can transform himself into a moving tank. He can transform himself into a stationary turret that's 360 degrees, and you can plot yourself on that, and you can really place yourself anywhere. All your special abilities you can do anywhere, and that's really, really cool, because a lot of times in games, I would like, wow, if this simple thing was just in the game, maybe I could do really good. So I'm glad that in this game, for certain objectives, you can plot yourself on them and just do different things that other games wouldn't let you do, like Call of Duty, where you can't put down a sentry gun on like 90% of the map, or Battlefront, you can't put down the stationary turrets on 90% of the map. It has to be on the flattest part of the area and in the most inconvenient spot that is not going to help out the team. But that's what's cool about these specialists. Is a lot of them drop defensive things like turrets. A lot of them you can transform into different things. So a lot of the tanky guys, they can have giant ass shields. They can have giant ass dicks. No, but really, I found myself using the Reaper character for a while. That's mainly because I just like the way how he looked, because he's some demonic bitch. He's got some, teleportation and some rage and some death stuff. That's really why. It's all the cosmetic stuff. It's because how he looks. So you don't really want to play who looks the coolest to you. That's kind of a shame, but I started using the Reaper, which is this guy you see right now, but then I'm starting to really like the robot for what he does. But the amount of customization that's in the game is awesome, because there's at least 15 different skins for each character that you don't have to pay money for, like in real life money. You can unlock them with it's the supply drops, battle packs, all that shit. It's that. So when you level up once, you get a loot box, and then in that loot box you get like 3 to 5, common, rare, ultimates, whatever. You get spray paints, you get skins, you get different things. It's really cool. Now, the supers at the bottom middle is a constantly recharging thing. If you die, it's still going to recharge. So that thing is always recharging, and when it is at 100, it can do something completely overpowered on what that character does. So if you're a character like this one, which is the Reaper, his focus is offensive. He goes out and he kills. He goes behind people. He can go invincible for a little bit. So that's what this character does. So his super is going to be an all-out just kill everything. So when you activate this guy's super, he starts spinning around, and these guns that you see him shooting will become full auto, like a minigun, and he'll just spin in a circle and kill anything that's in its way. Now, if you're like this robot you see right here, his super will be to transform into a mobile tank. So that all their supers are based on what their character does. Now, some people that we were playing with here would always be a healer. And the healer, if you just stay back and heal your whole team, you don't have to kill a single person, and you will get more score than all of them combined with all their kills, because you are healing them constantly, especially tanky characters that have 500 health. This character only has 250. Most characters have 200 to 300 health for, regular defense support and offensive. Tanky ones will always have around 500. There's plenty of ways for you to get extra health and extra damage input, and right here you can see you can spray paint your logo on the wall so you can dominate your territory like a cat spraying its fucking piss. Besides that, the maps are awesome. It's really cool that you go to different places around the world. You go to Hong Kong and Japan and China, all that stuff. You go to Mexico, you go to Europe and Brazil, America, all that stuff. The thing I don't really like is when you do die, you wait 5 seconds, that's not too bad, but then you spawn extremely far away from, you just spawn way too far away, and a lot of the time, I like the Reaper because he had a teleport option, which means that as soon as I spawned, I instantly teleported as far as I could go, and I still had to walk far. So you spawn very far away from where the action takes place, and that does defeat the purpose of this game. Is clearly trying to be like Call of Duty and Doom in terms of how fast-paced the game is. It's not like Battlefield at all, where you got to take time with your kills, you got to use skill. There's some skill, but you're mainly just running, and when you see someone, you shoot them, and it just depends. It always just depends. Games that are now hardly any skill, and it just depends. If you turn the corner and you're against me, a Reaper, these guns are basically akimbo shotguns. One bullet is, half your health is gone. So it just really depends. If you turn the corner and you're facing me, you're dead. But if I turn the corner and you're far away from me and you got some assault rifle, I'm going to die. So a lot of these games are all just things that depend on. There's not a whole lot of skill, but there is a lot of teamwork in here. There's a whole option for chats, in-game chats. You can tell your teammates when your super's ready. You can tell them yes, no, never, or how about I do this, who needs healing, who needs that. You can tell your teammates anything you need about the game, so you could be some fuckboy with no mic and you can still talk to your teammates pretty good. And there's a lot of options for you to choose what you want to see on the screen. You can choose whether you want to kill feed or not. You can have all these different fucking options. And really, I didn't see too many overpowered supers except for a few, and it's clearly that you can upset a lot of people by the people. It's not the game's fault, it's the people's fault. It's like what we did on one match when we figured out that all these people were like the same class and they were just doing that. You can all be the same person. You're not going to have any tanks, you're not going to have any defense, but if you're all someone that's offensive, that could be powerful if you all are good at it. So what we all did was we all became the robot, the robot with the minigun that could be a stationary turret. We all were that. And we all plotted ourselves on the moving objective. And one of us was a huge tanky guy that had a mobile shield that we could shoot through, but the enemy couldn't shoot through. So we just created a tank. Like the first campaign level from Black Ops 3. We had the AI simulated, the thing that was on track that was moving. I would be on the left as a sentry gun. Someone would be on the top with a sentry gun. Someone would be on the right with a sentry gun. Someone would be behind on the sentry gun. And then the tank would be on the front, having his one-way shield so that we could shoot through it and they can't shoot in it. So we were just basically a moving tank, and we destroyed everyone, and that's because we all chose the robot. And now, when you all choose the same class, it depends on what that class is. If you're all healers, you're not going to kill a lot of people, but you're going to stay alive. So that's really good for if you just want to play objective and never kill anyone. Or you can all be OP players that go out to kill people. You're going to kill a lot of people, but then you're going to run down on health slowly, and then sooner or later, the next engagement, you're not going to have enough health with. And if you're all tanks, then, you'd have to get really, really close, and you'd all have to focus fire on one person because tanks don't do a whole lot of damage because they have a whole lot of health. So you really have to mix a whole lot. I'm not saying that you can win competitions with the game all using a robot or all using Reapers or all using all this or that. But there's a ton of different characters for anyone that has a different play style. People who like to be dicks, people who like to be fuckboys, people who want to be defensive or supportive or offensive defensive. Different variations. You can do so much. Now, I really do like this game, and I'm not sure if I'm really going to get it. I don't know if there's some season pass bullshit. I don't know what kind of stuff they're doing where you got to buy stuff in the game. I don't know. I like to know that ahead of time, because if you're spending $60 on a game, you're not spending $60 on a game. If you spend $60 on a game, then that game's probably, bad. Because you're spending money on season passes, you're spending money on in-game stuff, so there's nothing yet confirmed, but this game is really fun. As you can see here, that's the force field guy. There's all these different things that are just fun and homosexual. I love. Of course, it can get annoying, but throughout the day, we probably won about 80% of the matches. So when we did lose some, we would feel discouraged and we wouldn't want to play. That's how you would feel. If you're doing really, really, really good and then you start losing, then you start to see okay, not everyone is going to be shit at the game. There's going to be people that are just like you and people that are doing tactics just like you. You're going to run into those people on any game. You could go back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 right now with the 500 people that are playing it. There's people that are way better than you, people that are worse than you. And it's really just chance on who you meet in the lobby. There's so much in the game that they've done a cool job with rewarding people after a match is over, whether you win or lose. Whoever did the best play of the match, like whoever got the sweetest multi-kill or whoever did the most damage to this or that, they get the kill cam featured for everyone to see. And then at the end, there's 4 people that have different titles and things that they've done in that match. Maybe someone that had the most kills in the match, someone that had the most objective time, someone that had the most revives or, health given. And you can vote for those players. I think that in this match, that the killing was what made us win. So I'm going to vote for the person that did the most killing. And if that person gets all the votes, you're going to get some rewards. You might get a loot box. You might get some extra XP. And when you do play in groups, you get different percentages of XP. If you play with 2 people, it's 5, and then 3, 10, and then 4, 15, 5, 20%. So you could get up to 20%, XP every time if you're playing with other people. And it's going to be really, really fun because you can change your hero at any time, like I said. So you can experiment everybody in the game without, causing a loss. Like when you prestige in Call of Duty, you're going to start losing for a while because you're just starting off new. So if you have a game where you are completely winning, like maybe you have 98% of the objective complete and the enemy has like 2%, you can start swapping with some characters, and even if you die a whole lot, you're not affecting your team because you're already winning. So if there's a game where you're just completely opening their mouth, shitting in their mouth, then you can start swapping in different characters. I actually only played 3 characters. I'm going to play more. I've only played this for a day. I played the Reaper and I've played the robot. I don't know his name. It's the robot with the minigun that can transform into a turret. And then I played another robot. I don't know his name, but he's huge and he's got the shield. I like offensive and kind of supportive kind of classes like that, kind of tanky. But the robot one, I'm think everyone's gonna like that. And as you can see, this dumbass is trying to teleport through the window, but he just can't do it. So that's really my thoughts on the first day of playing it. I'm going to be playing it a little bit more for the next couple of days, and then I'm going to see how this game really is. If this game is really shit in the end game, or just really, really fun right now. Because when it's a new game, you're going to have fun for a while. And, you know, there's not a whole lot of fuckboys playing it. But then people are going to come on and start taking this game too seriously. People are going to start exploiting it. People are going to be annoying. Maybe there's going to be 5 fucking gorillas running around. There's going to be 5 fucking reapers or 5 fucking... You know what could happen? If there's a capture point and the enemy team, 5 out of 5 members, they're all talking to each other and they all become the giant robot with the shield and they perform the perfect circle of a shield and then you can't get through it. Do you know how fucking stupid and annoying that would be? I'm not mad at the game. I'm mad at the person. Because the game didn't really do it. They allowed for you to pick all these classes at once, but it's the person who, you know, decided to do it. So there's a lot of different ideas you can do. You could have the perfect combination of people. You could have like 3 tanks and, you know, 2 sentry guns. There's so many different combinations of bullshit you can do that would really make people mad.